Hi, I'm Danny.
And I'm Lilo.
And we are the Hitchhiking Ghostettes. We're a couple of crazy Disney adults that love to talk about Disney. So we thought, hey, let's make strangers listen to us instead of all the people we know who are sick of us.
It was either a podcast or an OnlyFans page of Danny's feet at the Disney parks. So, you're welcome, guys.
We're going to share our likes, our dislikes, our experiences, and travel tips with you.
And for those of you who are ready to grab some Mickey ears and create your own magical Disney experiences, message us or leave a comment so we can help book your next vacation.
And quick disclosure, we will be cursing and swearing, Musketeers, so this is your warning.
Yes. So sit back in your dune buggy as our podcast materializes. And don't forget to hurry back.
Hey, Disney adults.
Hey.
We are back. Finally.
Yes.
We didn't abandon you.
No, the end of 2025 was busy.
Crazy sauce. And we're not even talking about holidays.
Yeah. Jeez. I feel like, and I haven't seen you in forever.
It's true. We haven't even been able to see each other in forever.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we've had...
Your daughter got married.
Lilo's
daughter got married.
And she looked like a princess. She was so beautiful. And she danced to I See the Light with her husband. And it was absolutely amazing. It was a beautiful wedding and she looked amazing. And so that was great. And then you had surgery. I mean, so much has happened.
Surgery. It's been, and we've had birthdays. And it's been absolute crazy sauce.
Yeah. And while this has all been happening, people have just been hurting themselves and maiming themselves at our favorite parks. And so the end of 2025 was rough, you guys. So
all of 2025 has been rough.
Yes.
And at Disney, it has to be the most magical place on earth. Did not escape the horrors of 2025.
For sure. And going into 2026, I was very hopeful. But we'll get into why that's already getting a little dashed.
No.
And we don't want to start off this year too negatively. So we are going to have to get through the Gazette. And we will say all this news in a positive tone. Okay?
Is this going to be like Men in Tights?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I don't know how else to do it.
Okay, give us the bad news in a good way.
Okay. So the bad news in a good way. Let's start with what happened recently on January 2nd at Disneyland. At one of my favorite rides, Indiana Jones and the Temple of the Forbidden Eye.
Which is like one of my favorite, might be my favorite ride.
I love that ride. I was there I think we've talked about this before too, but I was there opening weekend with my family and I'll always have wonderful memories of this ride. And when I heard this was just so sad. But apparently, this dad was stopping like a whole family from cutting in the line to get in front of him and his daughter, to cut in line, get ahead of them in the ride, and it turns into this big old brawl where the other guy that was trying to cut him in line just beats up this poor dad, and he ends up like getting a laceration over his eye and like all these bruises, and there was like a cast member had to come and clean up the blood from the line because there's blood everywhere and people thought he was getting killed. So I don't know, it's unclear whether or not they actually caught the gentleman that assaulted the dad. It doesn't sound like they caught him, which I have a hard time understanding because there's cameras everywhere. You can't get away with anything at Disney. I mean, they can catch you if you try to just like put like a little bit of your family's ashes anywhere.
Right.
Like a SWAT team comes out. So how are you going to get completely attacked, blood everywhere for several seconds and no one stops you? And then it's not like Indiana Jones is at the front of the park. Like how it's not.
He had a ways to go.
Yeah.
And Adventureland in particular, you don't get through there fast. That place is quite like bottlenecked.
Right.
I mean,
so somehow this gentleman was able to get away. Thankfully, and on a positive note, the daughter did put on Instagram later that her dad is totally fine. He's got some injuries to his face that are going to take some time to heal, but he is healing, and they were back at the parks, which is always nice to see. So that happened. The crazy thing is that happened only 3 days after the big boulder incident at Walt Disney World's Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular. And that is where a cast member literally took the full force of the 400-pound rubber boulder to try to stop it from going into the crowd. So it careened, it went off course, and it started to go towards the crowd. And this poor guy just decides he's going to stop the momentum with himself. And he's been hospitalized. We don't really have a lot of information on the extent of his injuries, but it's just crazy how that was the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular, and then 3 days later there's this brawl at the Indiana Jones ride in California. So just kind of nuts. Weird way to start off the year, because this year already has some weird stuff going on. Some other deaths that we'll cover. I don't know. Did you want me to go on all that right now? Or do you want to do? Do you want?
Guys, we wrote up the Gazette because there's so much, and obviously more has happened since you last heard from us that we couldn't possibly cover all of it. So we're trying to get through the Gazette, and we kept going, where's the good news?
I know,
guys, we don't have a lot of good news for you.
We've got dates.
We've got dates of festivals and after dark dates, which is cool. But death, destruction, closures.
It's a tough thing. But you go into Disneyland. Go into your parts for Disneyland.
Okay, so we got some. Oh, okay. Here's a piece of good news. We got one little piece of good news. Tiki Day is back at Disneyland, and I am an enormous Enchanted Tiki Room fan, and I so wish that I could make it to Tiki Day. I can't this year, but I'm glad that they brought it back. That at least gives me hope for the future. So it's on April 26th. So if you're enough of a Tiki fan, maybe go around that time, or if you're already going to be there around that time, go do this. It looks really fun. There's a scavenger hunt. There's some fun photo ops. And it's not an extra ticketed event. It's just something that's happening in the park. So it's just your normal admission for the day. But you do need to sign up to participate in the special Tiki thing. So I'm going to give you a code and a phone number. So maybe write it down. But we're also going to put it on the screen for those of you who are watching. So if you text the code Tiki Land Day, all one word, to 833-340-0035 to get signed up for the Tiki events on April 26th. So, wish I was going.
I know, me too.
But, okay, so now we kind of combined the Gazette with some What the Figment. Disneyland is telling you that they've introduced a fun new perk, but unfortunately we're here to report that it's not really a perk, and it's only there to cover up that they've taken away 2 perks. One of them will mostly affect people staying at Pixar Place. So Pixar Place has its own special dedicated entrance into Pixar Pier in California Adventure. That is going away due to some construction, but will not be coming back. So I'm not sure what the construction is, but it is something that is apparently going to blow up that path that's not coming back. They have said that Pixar Place guests can use the Grand Californian entrance if they like. So no more special entrance. All right, guys, I'm struggling with this one, okay? No more early entry at Disneyland. Period. This goes into effect January 5th, which right now is tomorrow. Will probably be a couple days ago by the time you're hearing this. No more early entry for resort guests. No more.
And we're smiling, and we're positive, and we're smiling.
So positive. So the quote perk that they're introducing is that resort guests will get a quote complimentary lightning lane. This is 1 lightning lane per person for your whole stay. And I quote the word complimentary also because obviously you need to be paying for the multi-pass to even use lightning lanes. So I mean, we can't stay on this, but I swear I could yell about this for an hour at least. This is so upsetting to me. Early entry is such a, pivotal part of a Disney park day. I don't know why. I don't know why. I can't even think of a hypothetical why. This is so upsetting.
Well, I know why it's upsetting because, well, first of all, Disneyland is only one of 2 parks on the West Coast. Mm-hmm. So we have a much higher concentration of people trying to hit those 2 parks than at Walt Disney World, where at least you can spread the people out a little bit. So to take away early entry, that was a huge perk for people who are staying on property.
Huge.
Yeah, and I just feel like the California properties are offering less and less perks for the Disneyland guests, which is just such a bummer because as you know, we live in Idaho, and when I'm saying that I live in Idaho, which for those of you who don't know, we're just above Nevada. I didn't know before I moved here. I didn't even know where Idaho was. I'm not gonna lie. So we're just above Nevada, so we're very close to California. So for me to say that I actually get more value flying out to Florida and taking my family to Walt Disney World because I just get more than I do at Disneyland, it's the truth. Everywhere from our accommodations to the way that we're treated, and then the transportation issues and everything, it's totally different at Walt Disney World. And now with them taking even more away from us at Disneyland, it's just like, my gosh, what is going on?
Yeah,
it's not worth it to stay at those resorts right now.
No, yeah, I don't know how to encourage people to go to the hotels anymore. Like, other than having, you know, a prettier room and a really cool pool area. You're just little by little, these perks are going away. And so, I mean, yeah, it's I don't know how they are justifying the premium pricing for their hotels when there are just fewer and fewer perks. I mean, especially early entry was, I would say, to me, the most major of the perks. I mean, that in my mind, when I would book a room at a Disneyland hotel, that would be my biggest justification, was getting in the park early, because it does make such a difference. It makes such a difference.
Especially for those little kids, getting there early, hitting Fantasyland, getting to some of those really, you know, long wait lines, and getting one of those banged out first thing in the morning. I mean, it really is huge. And instead, to receive a lightning lane, I mean, I can get a lightning lane by going up to a cast member saying, hey, I fell and skinned my knee. My whole party needs a lightning lane. And, you know, they're wonderful, so they'll give you one. So I just feel like is that really a perk? Like,
no. Like, that's why I don't think you can call that a perk.
No.
I really don't. Especially because a perk should mean you're not paying extra for it. And the only way you get a lightning lane is if you pay for the multipass. Yeah. So you're
going to take away early entry, then give us, like, something. If we're staying, then we should get a free buffet at Grand Californian or something like that. Something worth that extra time that we're losing out on. Like, give us breakfast then. If we can't get in there early, then feed us before we go. Just saying.
Yes. Upsetting.
Yeah. It is very, very upsetting.
So staying in Disneyland, they did announce the dates for After Dark, which is pretty exciting. They have some fun ones. I don't have those. You have those.
Oh, that's okay. I'll take over on this one.
I have the Epcot Festival dates. You have the After Dark Disneyland dates. Okay.
Well, the first fun nights coming up are actually going to be the Sweetheart Nights. So the Sweethearts Night is $159 per ticket. The ticket will get you into the park at 6 p.m., but the actual event doesn't start until 9 p.m., so it's kind of cool. Between 6 and 9, you can kind of hit the rides that you want to before you have to worry about, you know, doing all the event stuff. But then the park will empty out, and starting at 9 p.m., it'll just be those of you that have those $159 After Dark tickets. And those are selling for January 22nd, January 25th, January 27th, then February 3rd, February 5th, February 8th, February 10th, February 12th, and February 17th. So quite a few days in there, which I think is pretty awesome. Next up would be the After Dark 70 Years of Disney Favorites. That looks like a really, really cool event.
And obviously will only be this year.
Yeah, it'll only be this year, and it's only on March 3rd and March 5th. Tickets for that are going to be selling pretty quickly. They also, at the same time, we're having the Disney Channel night. Disney Channel, they are doing their whole After Dark night, but they're already sold out. And those, the 70 Years of Disney Favorites was, again, March 3rd and March 5th, and then the Disney Channel is going to be March 5th and March 7th. So March 5th, you're going to have both celebrations there at the same time, but again, the Disney Channel night is already sold out. So does that mean, so you just have to go in there and buy it under After Dark 70 Years of Favorites? So the 5th isn't sold out?
I guess you potentially
could. That was weird, yeah.
It is very odd to me that they would be having two events on this. Like, it honestly makes me wonder if it's an error on the website.
Yeah.
Because it's very strange that they would be having two After Dark events.
And that one of them is already sold out. Like, how is it sold out?
So, kind of weird.
Very weird.
Don't know.
And then we do have Star Wars Night. So coming in for the Season of the Force, of course. Star Wars night was a lot of fun. I
So much
loved
fun.
that. There's 4 dates, April 28th, April 30th, May 4th, of course, and May 6th. Those ticket prices are to be announced, so they haven't been announced quite yet. But along with that, of course, that means Hyperspace Mountain is coming back out on April 28th. So it'll be here for the Season of the Force. And in Disneyland, apparently, Hyperspace Mountain, which for those of you who don't know, is the Star Wars overlay on Space Mountain. So they change up Space Mountain, make it Star Wars themed, and it is incredible. It is
so
awesome.
fun.
Definitely my favorite Space Mountain.
Like, I would not be disappointed to hear that was a permanent change.
I wish it would be. I don't know why they don't do it.
I guess because they have Galaxy's Edge, so they feel less of a need to have Star Wars.
I feel like that's
outside
more of a
Galaxy's
need.
Edge.
I feel like it's more of a need because actual Space Mountain. What is the actual theme?
It's
I
true.
mean, if it's just space,
It's just
then
space.
let's just make it Star Wars. But anyway, I digress. So Star Wars night. So anyway, Hyperspace Mountain is coming, and they're saying that in Disneyland at least, the coming of Hyperspace Mountain on April 28th will also coincide with the new mission on Smuggler's Run. So they are going to add the Mandalorian and Grogu to the mission that you do when you drive the Millennium Falcon, or you pilot the Millennium Falcon. So that's pretty exciting. I know in Walt Disney World, they are saying that they're not going to have that start until May 22nd.
Yes, when the movie releases.
Yeah, so those of you who can get to Disney for Star Wars or Season of the Force, you guys will get kind of like a sneak peek of that, which is really, really cool. And then, of course, last but not least, the first half of 2026, you've got Pride Night at Disneyland, both on June 16th and June 18th. And again, those prices also are still to be announced. But that is a fantastic time to go to the Disney parks. That's such a great celebration.
Have you ever got to go to that one?
No, I've gone around that time just to see everything like decorated and everything colorful, and it's beautiful. I think it looks really, really great.
I would love to go to a Pride Night.
So yeah, it would be a lot of fun.
It's on my list, my very long list.
And I think that's it for Disneyland. Now we're going to move over to Disney World. So do you want to start, or do you want me to start with the Death and Destruction? No, you should start. Let's start with happiness.
Okay, so festival dates. Epcot festival dates. Also on my list to go to every single Epcot festival.
Oh.
I'm getting close.
Yeah.
So
wait, which ones are you missing?
Oh my gosh, have I done them? I'm trying to think. Because we were at Festival of the Arts.
Mm-hmm.
And we were at Food and Wine. And I've done holidays.
We were also at Flower and Garden.
We were at Flower and Garden. Why do I feel like I can't have... Wait, were we at Arts? It was at Flower and Garden. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to look back.
I know I've been at Arts because I've taken the picture of the screaming woman, and I did that too, and I did the Mona Lisa.
Oh, I was at Arts because that's when I sent you that picture of Figment with Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah. Thanks for that. But yeah, so you have been to all of them.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know when that happened.
Well, that's exciting. Look at
That's
that.
so, I need to celebrate. Oh my gosh, okay. Festival of the Arts.
Great news.
Kicks off January 16th and will go till February 23rd. And then Flower and Garden. We went to that. That was beautiful. I loved looking at all the flowers. Yes. March 4th to June 1st. And then Food and Wine, which can't recommend that enough. Oh my goodness.
That's still my favorite festival.
Incredible.
Yeah.
August 28th to November 22nd. Because is that when we had that incredible guava cake?
Yep.
Oh man. And then Festival of the Holidays, which is my favorite. Absolutely my favorite. I love Festival of the Holidays.
I think it's beautiful, but I still love the food at Food and Wine more. Food and Wine is just my favorite.
Festival of the Holidays has the cookie.
Okay, yeah.
You do all of the cookies.
That's true. That's true.
And I'm also just a sucker for Christmas. I'm a Christmas
I know,
lover.
me too.
Festival of the Holidays, November 28th to December 30th. So basically, if you're in Epcot outside of the height of the summer, you're there during a festival.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of what they've gotten to now.
Mm-hmm. When Disney won't throw a festival during a certain time because even they're too hot to be outside, then you probably shouldn't go. That's what I'm going to say. If anyone wants to know, like, when should you not travel to Disney, it's when they've decided we're not even putting on a festival because we refuse to be out here. So that's between what months?
So Flower and Garden ends on June 1st. And then Food and Wine begins on
August 28th.
So
yeah.
basically June, July, and most of August.
They're like, yeah, no.
By the way, D23, I'm mad all over again. What is going on with August? Okay? You used to give us September. And now it's August.
It was so
Because
hot last
Brazil
time.
or someone got our September dates.
Still? This year too?
I don't know if it's the same reason this year, but they put us in August again.
It's so hot.
So awful.
It was really, really hot. But I'm not mad at D23's new merch that they're giving out for our gifts this year. If you're a psycho like me and you get like all the gifts.
She gets, I have the choice plan, so I choose from the 4 things. Lilo gets all the things.
I'm like, I can't choose. It's too much pressure. So I just get it all. And I couldn't be happier because this year they're going to have some insane stuff. But we'll get into that later because we're going to do an unboxing later on our webisode. So make sure that you follow us so you can watch our webisode as well on our YouTube channel.
All right. So Disney World news. Guys, it's going to get so much sadder.
Okay, so here I come in with the death and destruction. So, starting off the new year, January 2nd at approximately 9 p.m., deputies responded to the discovery of a dead man inside the Orange Garage at Disney Springs. It was an apparent suicide, so probably something similar to the people that were taking their lives at the parking garages at Disneyland in California last year or the year before that. So they found, already starting off the year, it's really, really depressing. But there's something about the 2nd of the month, because listen to this. So January 2nd, there's a dead body in Disney Springs. Rest in peace. February 2nd, Dinoland is officially extinct. Dead, gone. No more Dinoland. All of it. Restaurantosaurus, the dinosaur ride, all of it is just, you can no longer go on it. So if you are a diehard fan of Dinoland,
get over there.
Yeah, February 1st is your last chance, you one person out there. Do it. Because we're finally going to get rid of that. And then March 2nd is the next death because Aerosmith's theming at Rock and Roller Coaster is officially on the stairway to heaven and will be gone. So that will be over with on March 2nd. So if you want to officially do the last ride of Rock and Roller Coaster, which I feel like we've been talking about for years. Oh, this might be the last time I'm going to go on it. March 1st of this year is definitely the last time it's going to be running. And they are, of course, doing that to make way for the Muppet theming to go on to that ride. So really, really sad. And then the last death, the death of the water park perk for resort guests. It's a kind of death. It's kind of dead in the water for any time outside of the summer. So if you are traveling during the summer seasons to a Walt Disney World resort, you will still get that perk where you get free water park tickets for the day that you check in. But anytime around that, even if they're open, you still won't get in. So no February, no March, no April, nothing. Like, you're not allowed to go. Not for free, at least. Right. Definitely go and buy tickets, but it won't be a perk anymore. So really depressing, guys. And
I'm not super depressed about Dinoland going away.
Well, no.
Dinoland can go away.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with that one. We've been very okay with that one for a while.
True.
We've been actually waiting for this to happen.
It's true. Aerosmith, I'm a little... Because I do love the Aerosmith ride. Mm-hmm. But I am excited for
Muppets
Mayhem to have a ride. I think that will be fun.
Is it going to be like a Muppets Take Manhattan kind of Mayhem?
Well, because Mayhem's their band, the band that has Animal.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So it's like,
Got it.
So it's still going to be a musical rock and roll theme. It's just going to be the Muppets band rather than Aerosmith, which I still don't know the connection between Aerosmith and Disney. So, like, as cool as it is as a ride, I've never understood why Aerosmith has a ride in Disney. Muppets will make a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I don't know, actually. That's a good question. Well, I mean, if you think of, like, it could have been the Jonas Brothers. It could have been literally anyone that's affiliated with Disney.
Right.
But, yeah, the fact that it was Aerosmith, I don't know. I'm sure we got to look into the lore. If you guys know, please comment below. Yeah. Let us know.
Why does Aerosmith have a ride?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. I was going to bring up some Universal news before we talk about... We were going to discuss the ideas behind being an annual pass holder at Walt Disney World, especially if you're living outside of Florida like we do. But I think I'm going to save that for the webisode because that might get a little lengthy and that can definitely get in depth and we might need some visuals for that. So we'll wait for the webisode. So please, again, watch our webisodes. So you can learn all about the perks of having an annual pass because there are definitely a lot of perks to that, guys. But I definitely want to make sure that we have an opportunity to get to our What the Figment section. But before we do that, just some quick Universal news. Universal UK is on like Donkey Kong. So Universal UK or Universal Great Britain, I'm not sure if they've landed on the name. It looks like some of the intellectual properties or the IPs that they are going to be focusing on will be Lord of the Rings, which is exciting. Originally, we were under the impression that Lord of the Rings was going to get its own theme park, but apparently it was just a portion, of Universal, which, hey, that's okay.
Take it.
Yeah. We're going to have Lord of the Rings, Paddington Bear, and James Bond.
Do you have a comment on Paddington Bear, Leela?
You know, I mean, Paddington Bear's cute. I think the thing is, see, for me, they're not going to do a Harry Potter area at this Universal Studios, of course, because they are in the middle of Great Britain. They're near London. They're near all the actual Harry Potter locations. So it makes sense, yeah. Why are you going to bring up Harry Potter there? All of us here in the States want to see it because we don't have access to it. But there, you'd think that they'd want to do some more, I don't know, like Western stuff possibly or other stuff. But you're going to have James Bond and Paddington. I mean, isn't that the same thing? Like, Lord of the Rings is different. That would be New Zealand. Bring it to UK. Makes total sense. But why are you doing Paddington and James Bond? Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
But it's not like there's places you can visit, or are there?
For what?
Are there like filming scenes you can go to for James Bond?
Has James Bond ever actually been filmed in London? I feel like James Bond has been filmed everywhere but Great Britain.
Is that true? I don't
know.
Yeah,
like he's always on beaches and he's always in like Marrakesh or just on some crazy island and I don't think
MI6 always sends him.
Yeah, he's never in London. From Russia with like he's always somewhere else. So it doesn't really make sense to me. I don't understand why Harry Potter is based in the UK and they don't want to have it there. So why are you doing James Bond? Not to mention, why? James Bond, like, other than doing some, like, car races or something? Like, some kind of car ride?
Maybe does James Bond have a bigger, is it like how I didn't realize before you what a big fandom Back to the Future has? Maybe does James Bond have a really big fandom that we just don't know?
Well, no, I'm sure James Bond has a huge, long-lasting fandom. Right. But that's like, Sherlock Holmes has an awesome fandom. But I can't think of, like, a whole park dedicated to Sherlock Holmes. It's like...
Really? I could.
Really?
I could actually wait. But that's probably just because I like Sherlock Holmes.
Mm.
So I'm not even going to look at Leela's face when I say this. I have actually never seen a whole James Bond movie from start to finish.
I can't with her sometimes.
I'm not a James Bond person. Like, the pieces that I've seen do not make me want to watch their... I think Pierce Brosnan was terrible. I'm sorry, Pierce. In general, I don't think that he's a bad actor. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. Him as James Bond just did not quite work for me. I didn't think Halle Berry worked either. And I love Halle Berry.
Mm-hmm.
So that the sum of what I saw of that one just did not make me want to see any others. And I've seen enough of Sean Connery to go, I don't need to sit through that sexist bullshit for an hour and a half. So
that's honestly, that is kind of James Bond, the books, that's exactly what they were. They were very, sure, old school, whatever. That's definitely what they were.
I think Daniel Craig was awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch a whole movie. But so I don't know. So I guess my point is, like, maybe there's a huge fandom for James Bond and you and I are just not in on it.
No, there's definitely a huge fan for James Bond. I just, for them to honestly, like, focus an entire IP at Universal for just James Bond, it's, for me, I just, like, I don't see how, unless it's going to be like a stunt show. Then sure, stunt show. But other than that, like, I can't really think of anything.
You get to be an agent.
Ride-wise.
You get to do a mission. I don't know.
I mean, but you know what? Universal Studios had Men in Black, and I like that one. I don't mind being an agent for that one.
The ride that you told me doesn't spin. It spins a fuck ton.
I didn't remember, and so I almost threw out her back. That was bad.
No, remember, it was after I had been sick.
Yeah, well, you'd been sick and you were going to throw out your back. That was horrible. She was green and broken. Oh, awful.
And she said, Men in Black, there's no spinning.
I didn't remember
it was
spinning.
funny that the whole time we were on the ride, you were yelling how sorry you were every time we spun.
You guys, my memory's so bad. Okay, listen, look. My memory's so bad, and I'm so old. This has happened several times. Like when I took my friends, the Pages, onto Kali River Rapids, and I said, you don't even get wet on this ride. Because the last time, my memory was that my son and I donned the full poncho, put on ponchos, and the rest of our party's making fun of us. We're like, yeah, you guys see, we're not getting wet. No one got wet, not a drop. It was like, all I did was steam myself under this, plastic bag, took it off, we're dying. Nobody had gotten wet. I was like, oh, that's kind of lame.
You're just lucky.
Apparently. Because when I take my friends next time, and I'm like, yeah, you don't even get wet. Obliterated. Like, the wave came right over us and just doused us. It was nuts.
Some of those, right, because like Grizzly River Run, I've gone on that and not gotten a drop of water on me. I have also gone on that and been completely drenched. Like, I may as well have jumped in the river. So I think it just depends on, like, the timing and how it hits corners, and if a geyser go, like...
Yeah, because the same thing happened when I was telling someone, oh, yeah, Splash Mountain isn't, you don't get that wet. And then they turned to Tiana, which I don't know what they did to Tiana's ride, that they amped up the water. But now, like, all they do is turn a corner and you get splashed and, you're just drenched in it. So, totally different right now. But, yeah, you can't trust me because I don't remember. I don't remember, and I feel terrible. So, don't trust me on rides. I think all of them are tame. Except for the one I'm about to talk about right now.
Oh.
Last bit of Universal news. So, 5 lawsuits have been brought up against Universal regarding safety issues on Epic's new Stardust Racers roller coaster, which is, of course, that same roller coaster where that young gentleman passed away at the end of last year. So, and that was at the end of 2025, guys. So that means that 5 people since then have brought up lawsuits, and it's the same lawyer. So it looks like he's doing some kind of small, maybe like class action or something. Yeah. But people have been saying that they've gotten brain injuries, brain bleeds, they've suffered paralysis, loss of consciousness, like all kinds of things that have been happening because of going on that ride.
I can't believe the ride is not closed.
I can't believe it either, but I mean, there's other stuff that's happened at Universal that they've been able to keep it open through. Mm-hmm. Like we were talking about the Ministry of Magic. Ministry of Magic is a brand new ride at Epcot. Oh my gosh, Epic. Sorry.
I
Epic.
just recently bought our tickets to Epic, and in the same day bought tickets to Epcot. And yeah, all day long I was being so careful.
It's hard to
Epcot,
remember. Yeah.
Epic, Ep.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, at Epic, I mean, Battle of the Ministry Manager. Guys, whatever I just said. That ride hasn't even been open a year, and an employee got electrically shocked because they had something wrong, something about the lockout cables. I don't understand the whole thing because I don't understand electricity. But this person got electrocuted. So, and that's again with another new ride that's at Universal Epic. So that whole ride, that whole park, I told you, I feel like they opened it way too quickly. Yeah. It should have.
It does feel like everything put together really just seems to equal they were not ready to open. They still had a lot of testing to do.
But you will have an opportunity to figure out if they've figured it out.
It's true. I will be at Epic soon. Mm-hmm. Based on everything from Lilo's experience that she shared with us, I did not think that I would be going anytime this year. However, since we're going to Universal Studios and Universal Islands of Adventure, right? I was like, well, I'm there anyway. I may as well go in and check out Epic. I do not intend on going on Battle of the Ministry. We've kind of just decided, because my son is not that far in the books anyway, so he's not going to understand a lot of it story-wise. And just with everything going on and then the fact that those lines are still absolutely outrageous and we can't do an express pass this time. I'm just like, okay, there's other things I need to prioritize. So yeah. I'm writing that one off. I'll go into the land and stuff to look and see things. But I think I've just decided that ride is just going to have to wait till another trip. Just due to everything. Due to like what you told me about your experience. Due to the things that I keep reading. And then just that I want to do other things a little bit more. So.
Do you think you'll try Stardust Racers?
I can't even tell you how disappointed I am to say no. Stardust Racers is not in the cards for me this trip. I just had major surgery. I have long-standing back problems already. I have 2 separate spinal problems. 2. That shouldn't be allowed.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really, really looking forward to that because I am a roller coaster person.
Yeah, I know you are.
Yeah, I'm the one that got Lilo on the Velocicoaster. Like, I am one of those people, like, the more thrilling, the better. Love it. But, yeah, I mean, the fact that someone passed away for being on this ride and that there's all these other injuries, and then you even said when you got off Stardust Racers, like, Rip Ride didn't bother you, Velocicoaster didn't bother you, and you felt really shaken up by that one. And so, like, honestly, especially because it'll be the first day of our trip.
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh yeah,
the risk would just be, the risk is way too high for me. And my back, I had to take a break from my treatments because of my surgery. So I've even fallen back in that sense. So my spine is at too fragile of a place right now to do something that crazy. So.
And her surgery had nothing to do with her spine.
Yeah, nothing at all. Nothing at all. It's just, I couldn't get chiropractic treatments while I was recovering from my surgery.
Yeah.
So, yes. So I'm not physically in.
And you would have gone by
Stardust
yourself
mode.
anyway, right? Because
Yep.
Dan doesn't do coasters like that.
Dan doesn't do super crazy ones.
And I wouldn't let you take CW on there anyway.
No, he's not nearly ready for that one.
No.
He's still mad at me about Guardians. So,
that though, please tell me, we'll have producer Dan put a picture, or I guess we can't, but there's the best picture, his picture on Guardians of the Galaxy, his face. It is iconic.
It's true.
One day in the future, hopefully,
Yes.
at some point, we'll be able to share something like that. But oh my gosh, or a recreation. I'll try to recreate it, guys.
Yes. I do not share pictures of my son on social media or on the internet. We have
Totally
a very,
fine.
very strict rule against it. So
No.
you will not see pictures of my son. But
I'll recreate. No
it
problem.
is-
No problem at all.
It is a truly horrified look as he's grasping me as tightly as he can.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So anyway, no, we will not be going on Battle of the Ministry, and I won't be going on Stardust Racers. We absolutely have to go on Yoshi because he's a ginormous Yoshi fan. So we have to go on Yoshi, and then we really want to hopefully go on the Donkey Kong ride.
Mm-hmm.
We're also kind of writing off Mario Kart just for this one because we have been on it.
Yeah.
So we want to prioritize the things that we have not been on. And I am so excited for the Isle of Berk. Oh, I'm so excited. It's going to be hard to get me out of the Isle of Berk. I think
You're going to
once I'm
want
in there.
all the merch. The merch is so fun in that land.
Probably am. Because I love How to Train Your Dragons. Probably, it might be my favorite IP outside of Disney. So I'm very excited about Isle of Berk. I want to do everything inside Isle of Berk.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I will not be risking death or spinal breakage on Stardust Racers.
Yeah.
Which is, hopefully in the future, I will get to do it. Hopefully in the future, there will be enough time where nothing bad has happened on it. And I feel like I can.
Yeah. I don't even know what they could do to change it and make it safer because from what it seems,
We don't even understand
lawsuit,
why.
Yeah, they're saying it's from the violent shaking and that they're saying that there's not good head restraints. But I feel, being on the ride myself, I feel like if my head had been kept straight like this, my brain would have felt knocked around all over the place. Like, it would have been too harsh for my brain. And what I was going through was harsh enough on my middle ear. Like I told you, when I left that ride, I ended up having to go to the doctor because the little stones in your inner ear, mine got out of whack. And so I had to have them reset, which is what gives you your equilibrium. So that was super crazy. So, I mean, I would love to say that hopefully in the future I could go back on that ride because I really did love it. It's one of the best roller coasters, but yeah, it's also the closest to a near-death experience you're probably gonna have. Seriously, it's crazy.
Yep.
But yeah, now we can go into our WTF, which is a little bit more fun, not quite as heavy maybe as some of the other stuff.
As all the deaths.
Yes.
Okay.
So, speaking of Universal. Now that Universal Studios has the Monster Makeup experience, why doesn't Disney have a Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique experience for adults?
For real, guys.
We understand adults can't wear princess gowns or full character costumes, but maybe if they did something like, they're doing now the create your own tiara. So if they coupled that with doing like a makeover on us, where they give us like a really pretty princess bun, do all the glitter and hairspray in our hair, and then put on some makeup or fake lashes so that we feel Instagrammable. in our new tiara, I would totally pay for that. Like, absolutely.
Or you could do like a bounding thing, or you could do one of those. Have you seen those, like, some of them are like the athletic dresses, or some of them are even just like little sundresses, but they just have like a pattern on them that sort of look like the princess dress. Like, it could be something like that.
That would be cute.
Like, I feel like this could get figured out without us having to be in full costume, because I know that Disney adults would be lining up to
For
go to
sure.
the adult to go get a princess makeover. Oh my gosh, 100%.
Yeah.
And I don't like, I've seen it in like shows and stuff, and it always so like Big Bang Theory. Did you ever watch Big Bang Theory?
I've seen a few. Yeah.
They have an episode where the girls all go to Disneyland together, and there's a scene where like so they're in the car driving, and one of them even says like, I'm going straight to Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique because I'm gonna be Cinderella. And then like, and they just flash forward later to the three of them, and they're sitting on a bench somewhere in the park near where you can see the castle, and they're all in costume because they all got to go to Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique and get their hair and makeup done and wear the dress. And I'm just looking at this episode like, wrong.
Yeah, they don't even have those dresses available.
You're not
in our
allowed
size.
to do that.
Yeah.
And I have a friend who's a like huge fan of Big Bang Theory. Like, it's his favorite thing in the world. And I had to tell him, I'm like, they're lying. Your show's lying.
Well,
you're not allowed to do that.
My daughter's in her 20s, and she, every time she sees Elsa's dresses, she's like, why don't they have those for adults? This is bull. She gets really, really upset. And
Elsa
I know
does
she
have-
would love to get that.
Elsa does have beautiful dresses.
Yeah.
I would kill for Elsa's wardrobe.
Yeah, it would be amazing. And like you said, though, that's a really good idea. If they just came out with an athletic line where each one was geared towards a specific princess, and you can get one of those athletic dresses, you know, you buy that with your tiara or whatever. I think that'd be great. You know, it would be a lot of fun, and let the adults have a little bit of that Disney magic too, because we'll spend the money.
Right?
I mean,
we all know, I mean, in so many other ways, we can see that Disney is very much marketing towards Disney adults. Because
right.
It's like, even they know that I think their primary audience at this point is Disney adults, almost more than families with children.
Yeah. Do you know how much money I'd pay for fake lashes that all you had to do is say, oh, these are Ariel's fake lashes? And just throw, I don't know, like little seashell things on the ends of them or something like that, and I'll buy them. $40? No problem. I'll buy them, put them on with my tiara. I want the whole thing. And I really think that it's a missed opportunity that you are not taking advantage of that. I mean, if you guys got some really cool strip lashes, or, you know, create your own tiara with a makeup, you know, duo thing.
Sprinkle us in pixie dust and let us make a wish.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to be sprinkled in pixie dust. I want to be hairsprayed in glitter. Absolutely. I think that'd be fun. So
get this together, Disney.
Yeah,
Adults want to go to the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique.
For sure. It would be so much fun. And, you know, there's so much money to be made. We're here to help.
What they should have? I just thought of what they need to have just for Lilo. So even a little bit more akin to Universal's monster makeup. They should have one in the new Villains Land, where you get to be a villain.
See?
Let's get Lilo a Maleficent makeover.
You guys, the things I would do. And then you can just sell them with the ear headbands. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I would do that in a heartbeat. That would be so amazing. Oh, Disney. I hope someone's watching. Please. Villains Land, that would be amazing. Can you imagine if they did like a little, you know, how Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique is like underneath the castle? If they did that under Maleficent's castle, like a place for you to go get your makeup done to be a villain.
How is this not a thing?
Stop. Oh,
I feel like we're saying things that should already be a thing. Like,
yeah. Like you can call it like Villainous Vogue.
Hashtag
Oh my God.
Villainous Vogue. Hashtag the Ghostettes are officially requesting.
Trademarked. How do I do to make that? Okay, Villainous Vogue. That's mine. If I hear that come up anywhere else, not okay. Villainous Vogue. Hashtag Villainous Vogue.
Dude.
That's going to be my new thing now.
Well, now what's the princess one called?
Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique.
We wouldn't want a different name for the one that's the adult?
I'd have to think on that one. For an adult. Because it's still the fairy godmother doing it, right?
It's true. So, I mean, it could be Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. I just didn't know if we would want to, like, differentiate it. I don't know.
Bibbidi Bobbidi Big Teak?
You might make a lot of women mad
Oh,
putting the word big in
okay,
there.
truth. Fine. I didn't think about it that way.
Okay, we'll have to come back to that.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. But anyway, that's all I've got. I'm just really, really excited that we got to come back on and do another podcast, because we have shamefully been out of the limelight for a little bit. So
It's been so crazy.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And I'm still recovering. I'm so tired all
Yeah.
the time.
Well, I'm still recovering from Ivy's wedding. My gosh, that was crazy.
Oh my gosh, seriously.
That was, you guys, my daughter got engaged and married within 6 weeks. And no, she's not pregnant. That's the first thing I'm asked all the time. No.
No.
But her new, my
These
new wonderful
two
son-in-law.
just could not wait. They just couldn't. They just couldn't.
They're so cute. But also, he enlisted in the Air Force, and so they wanted to be married before he left. So that was, you know, another reason for kind of the faster nuptials, but we were able to pull together a really cute wedding. So
it was kind of, and it was not intentional, but it was sort of low-key bounding as Cruella, this whole wedding. Her daughter sort of did this cool thing where the bride and groom wore black, and the guests all wore white. Mm-hmm. The moms wore red, and the maid of honor wore like a burgundy, yeah. And I gotta say, even up to the moment where I was all dressed up and ready to go, and I was walking out the door, and I still was like, "This is a trap. This is a trap." I was wearing a white dress. You guys, I was wearing a white dress with like a white little headband, and I had like a white shawl, and I made sure all of my jewelry was like either silver or white gold.
Everyone was super stressed out. That
I had a fancy white coat, and I still was like, Leela had to okay everything I wore when she came over. I was like, I want you to put eyes on the specific things and honestly tell me that this is okay, because that felt so bizarre.
Yeah.
Like, I remember looking at myself in the mirror and going, I look like it wasn't a wedding dress, but it looked like maybe I was having like a little eloped impromptu wedding, and I was the bride. It was so weird.
You know how hard it is to find anything white without lace? Like, everybody felt like they were wearing some kind of bridal gear, and they were freaking out. I had quite a few calls about that.
Do you know how hard it is to find white for men in November?
Well, that's why we allowed khaki. We tried... I was like...
Because at some point did you tell Ivy, you can't even find white pants right now? At some point,
at every point, it was such a fight. She's like, Ivy said, well, if they can't find what to wear, it's okay, they don't have to come. I'm like, you know, it was that type of thing.
So the whole wedding was black and white with like an accent here and there of red. And I will say it looked gorgeous.
Yeah, it did. It was really, really cool. She looked amazing. The dress that she had, I might have to, we'll see if we can add some, maybe a picture so you can see. So that if you're...
Would she be okay with that? Is she okay if we show a picture?
Of her in her wedding dress? Yes, she would be.
You guys, it should be illegal how good looking both of these people are. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they were a beautiful couple.
They are
so cute. Lots of love there. So I'm very happy for them. But anyway, yes, it was a lot. In 6 weeks to plan, I went from...
And that was 2 days after my surgery. And even in her wedding planning, she still came and saw me in the hospital on my surgery day.
Yeah, of course. That was a crazy, crazy week.
Yeah. And then my son had a birthday, and we made it big this year. We had a big Harry Potter themed party.
That was so fun. And you did a great job with all the decorations.
Thanks.
Oh, speaking of decorations. So, this is a podcast, so you guys can't see it. So hopefully you guys will follow us over again to our YouTube so you can see our webisode. So you can see our new set piece. But we want to thank Tammy Mendoza from Boise, Idaho. She created this incredible small world... Like, I don't even know what to call this, but it's like a big set piece.
Yeah.
So it's our new background.
It's like a photo background type thing. But it is
cool.
so well done.
Yeah. Absolutely love it. So we're really, really excited to haul this thing out and show it off to everybody.
Yes. This woman is crafty.
Yes, very crafty.
I couldn't do this.
So lots of love to Tammy for this, because this is fantastic. And lots of love to all of you guys who have stuck through this last 6 weeks or so of not hearing from us. We are so sorry, and we definitely don't want that to happen again. So we are very excited about 2026 and at least making a little bit more of a consistent routine so that you guys are hearing from us all the time.
Yep.
It'll be a lot of fun.
And we hope you had really wonderful holidays. I hope they were relaxing.
Yes. Seriously. Hope they were relaxing, and here's to 2026 being a better year.
Better.
Yeah. I mean, it couldn't be worse. Oh my gosh.
Why would you say that?
I know. I don't know what I was thinking. Knock on wood. Ugh. But, well, here's to that. So, anyway, cheers, ghosties. We love you guys, and we will see you next time. Bye.